Good timing, oh yes! Great timing! You lucky devil! This is worth 18 submarines! Come on, Mama, let the good times roll!
My dick smoked a joint, and they were like, "What? That's lame. Get out of here if you smoke weed. You have a square penis," they said. It was pretty stupid.
I made a whale jump out of its tail.
So, am I having to drive the bus, or is the bus being driven by somebody?
No, there's a driver.
Okay. Is it like a built-in droid, or is it a person?
No, it's that Sheeran that you could we couldn't.
Oh, it's
we
Sully.
couldn't-
Okay.
No, not Sully. It's this is a different one.
Oh, the other one.
The one with the name you couldn't say.
Oh. Okay.
That we couldn't say. You know?
Okay, Chuck. That's who it is.
This is Marcus.
Oh.
He's the one that drives the bus and brings the party into town, you know.
He's the other Sheeran. I call him Marcus. I can't pronounce any of their names. I just give them names.
You give me shit for not knowing what a guy's name, and you're over here just making up names.
No, like I known this guy was going to be Marcus from the beginning because like
Talking to him.
Mark. Oh,
You're getting real defensive all of a sudden.
sorry. I thought you were looking at me.
Okay, I tell you what. Hey, Marcus. What's your actual name?
Slow down there, buddy. We got days on this bus together. We're gonna get real close.
Good, I can regale you all with the tales of my victories.
So I want to hear a story. Shut up! Don't tell me your story.
I've got lots of stories.
All right, tell me all your stories. We're gonna sit here for 3 days.
Well, when I was 15, there was a great space rhinoceros on a planet that I don't quite remember the name of. Mostly because I just flew there and saw the thing. But I didn't have a gun on me. So instead I had to take Papa's ship and run it over. But it took several tries. Turns out it's very small in comparison with the ship, and I didn't want to hit the ground. So eventually I just had to take the wing and just kind of clip it.
That's hilarious.
But then Papa was quite frustrated with just all the blood on the wing. And then when I told him what I had done, like what it was, he was even more pissed. Because apparently there's some list of things you're not allowed to kill. I don't understand
Is there anything else I can be doing on this bus?
it.
I imagine
Oh, I
there's
know
a small
Scrap wasn't
bathroom in the
listening.
back.
Scrap was just was wrapping himself up another cigarette the entire time that was going on.
Because this is what Reginald's going to be doing this whole time.
Did anybody buy a
Oh.
Did anybody buy a data pad?
I
Or
actually
like it's like a phone. You could be playing music or getting on YouTube or it's probably play Snake.
my custom rig installed in my arm acts as a data pad.
No, this is a chance for you to get to know your the people that are going to have your back in the coming days. So,
Yeah.
or you can
So
ask the
since-
bus driver questions. You know, you never know what he's got up to.
You know the funnest part of being Ashanti is as I tell my stories, if I feel like people like start doing something loud, like if they are listening to music, I just start telling them the story in their head.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a problem with that race.
Because I have telepathy up to 30 meters.
That's not just unwillingly reading people's minds, though, right?
No, it's limited telepathy. So all I get is I believe it's just surface thoughts.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah, it's just surface thoughts.
But they also get my surface thoughts when I want them to, which is me regaling them with my stories.
Now, what's that Red Dragon Inn character who's like, "Hold on, let me tell you, let me spin you a yarn."
Oh,
yeah.
war torn or something.
Right, and you're like, I don't want to hear it. And he's like, just in your head, like you're drinking. You go to the other side of the bar. He's like,
Didn't want you to miss out on this one, bro.
I mean, what's that? I know it was either a sketch or a story or something where they were like, I put gay porn in his head 24/7. It drove him crazy.
What?
That might have been an anime or something stupid where like somebody could project images into another person's head.
I
Or
don't.
was the sen- or
I
they
know
were-
we've talked about it sometime ago. That was a long time ago. It's definitely something in media. I know it's an idea that somebody's used. And if nobody's used it, like feel free because that's
But now Scrapple since Reggie is deciding that he just wants to keep blathering on and you don't care, he'll actually where are you in the bus, Will? Where's
Mm,
Ben sitting?
Depending on where everyone else sits, I probably set up behind the driver.
Okay.
That's what when I said, "Is there anything else to do on the bus?" I was kind of asking the driver.
Okay.
oh yeah, I mean like let's see. I've transported folks all across Hackathon.
They all ask what they can do on this bus.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. Just bust out into a John. That's the radio's broken. Welcome to my hell.
The radio's broken. The air conditioning doesn't work. Surface planet temperatures are about 132.
Yeah, I don't know how. I'm not sure how many suns there are, but no way. There's probably just one sun in this place because it's the same solar system as everything else.
And if you start singing 100 bottles of beer on the wall, I will turn this bitch around.
You fool! No, it's not nearly long enough. 9 million bottles of beer on the wall. Space beer.
So does he drive consistently the whole like 3 days, or does he like stop and make us like sleep?
I mean,
Yeah, are we making any stops on the
he
way?
as a mortal should have to sleep, I suppose.
Yeah.
So you guys, I imagine, are pulling off on the side of the road every night while he sleeps.
And a couple of times a day for him to like take a dump in the sand.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys are taking regular breaks on this hot desert planet covered in deadly creatures, but that's I'm sure everything will be fine.
Oh yeah. That's why everybody on the planet sticks to these big cities most of the time, and only occasionally goes out into the desert.
He travels a long time. He knows when and where he can safely stop and rest, and for how long. I bet driving's super easy though. Like I'm sure he's just like cruise control and let go of the wheel. You're in the desert. Like, I mean, go a straight direction, but like
I feel
honestly,
like it's much more treacherous if it's a desert because like if you
oh right,
crest
because it's
the wrong-
off road or whatever.
If you
like-
crest the wrong dune going too fast,
Yeah, 'cause
that's
no
it,
one's-
bro.
That looks like them Duke boys are in trouble again.
Because
Yeah,
like
because you wouldn't imagine that the whole thing is just very even road. It's kind of imagine it's a lot like the Middle East. I mean, unless it's like regularly driven paths. Yeah,
He's like, hold this wheel. I'm gonna go. Like, because I told myself there was a bathroom in the back of the bus anyway. So like, I can imagine he's like, "Here, hold the wheel. I'm gonna go take a piss," and you're like, from the seat behind his seat, and
I think it would have just been funnier if he's like, "Oh, hold on, gotta take a leak,"
I
and
gotta
then he just
molt.
pulls out a crowbar and just like wedges it underneath the fucking
Pops
wheel.
open a hole.
that's so much funnier. Right? He does that. And he goes to take a shit, and you guys are just like
Like, whoa.
watching the road, and the arm of the bus is like going side to side. And you're like, oh god.
It's all right. My perception is too low to even realize what he's done. I'm too busy with my stories.
Man, he's gonna have to. I'm not sure if there's gonna be some basic shit ass rations on this bus. Because they did nonchalantly be like, it'll take a few days to get there. I'm like, but it's also they're like, it's pretty sure it's a bus. Like,
Well, there's gonna have to be some rations. Because I didn't bring any.
Yeah, I was under the understanding that there would be food.
I was under the impression that this was an all-inclusive adventure.
Yeah, like I'm sure. Like
I mean, you could just say the guy has croutons.
yeah, like you guys have rations, PB and J's, Marmite sandwiches,
Space MREs.
Space MREs.
It's all right. I still make Bill cut the crust off.
He's like, here's a trick. You throw it up on the hood and let it get hot.
Pull it back.
As he's driving, he's just reaching around and putting a sandwich on the hood to just crisp it up a bit.
Yes. No, now he's flipping an egg. Yep.
The real question is does he have to go out the window to do it, or is the windshield gone and he's just reaching forward?
No, I've tried to be really open with like the geography and the sociology of the places that we're visiting, but it does mention that the bus driver can just answer any questions you guys have about like the planet, where the city you're going, the people or whatever. Like, is there like you guys want to like I don't know how social you guys are gonna get with them. I'm sure after a couple days you're gonna get fucking. You're gonna be like, tell me anything.
Well, I guess one question is, like, what did the flyer that they answered actually say that they were needed for?
I was about to ask, does Scrap have more information than the three of us since you were involved in putting out the word?
I mean, I know basically enough about what the story that he had told, so Scrap does have at least enough about why we need the team. I just don't know how much.
Yeah, see,
The driver
flyer
knows.
was sent out.
yeah, he doesn't know as much as Sully, but Sully doesn't know as much as some other people. And you'll like, we're gonna go up the chain of command as you guys.
Because all the most so I mean, yeah, if you're asking Scrap what he knows about this, all I know is that some like I guess a long
What's
time
that?
ago. Look, the whole drift thing. How much do you know about it? How young, Ben? How young are you?
Couple years.
Couple years. Okay, I don't know how much of it is that you've been actually keeping up on things. Okay, but look, a long time ago when they had the whole drift that lets us go from planet to planet and everything. I guess some smart eggheads thought that they could figure out how to actually get, or tried to figure out how they could get like energy from the drift. Try to make a long story short, an android like your folk, I guess one of the most recent what would you call it? Iterations, reboots. I'm not sure. I don't know how to recall with your guys'
Generations would probably be best.
Okay, yeah. So, like, one of the most current generation of one of the androids from that whole research station, I guess, had some kind of accident. It started kicking back to an old memory of hers. So she's basically calling out for some help and basically paying for finding information on this whole on this research station, I guess, that crashed here or something a long time ago.
So we're going to find this android.
Well, basically, I know that I guess we're supposed to be meeting up with her at some point. That's where we're heading, ain't that right, Marcus?
Hey, I'm just paid to take you to Kefik Depot. I shuttle people back and forth and all around. Like, you guys got tickets? I'm taking you.
Is that where? But basically, that's where Sully said that what Very 13 is
Yeah, and I figured that's where you and him were. Like, that's where his bike shop was.
Okay.
Contact.
But yeah, this android Very 13, she's the one who's supposed to actually be who's been needing the help from all of us.
What do you mean there's an android? Jeffrey, you told me this was a treasure hunt.
But you're not just listening. Do you know what if?
Sound, we don't play, we don't play, we don't play, we don't play, we don't play.